How many times in your life do you think about floors? Well, when you're building a house, it's a very, very important part of the equation. And Lucinda Griffith is back to discuss floors and how important they are, Lucinda. I didn't quite realise, of course, we've got this project and I've been trying to help the client decide on the floors. We've come to a little bit of a cul-de-sac and I think we need your help. So why are floors so important so early on in the game?
Well, floors are all different thicknesses. And it's got a massive effect on the building. If you want stone floors and perhaps some wood floors and some carpet, they might vary in thickness from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. If you want your floors to be level running through the house, the builder's going to need to know pretty early on exactly what's going where.
And of course, it affects the doors. Because
absolutely,
we've had that one before in our builds.
You don't want a sort of ramp going up from one floor to the other if you can help it.
Another little issue we came up against was the fact that central heating, we needed to work out whether we were definitely having underfloor heating or, of course, radiators. In this case, we're going for underfloor heating, so we can make our decisions based on that.
That helps hugely. It used to be that with underfloor heating, you were almost locked into having tile or stone, but now with engineered wood floors, you can actually have wood flooring as long as you check it's suitable for underfloor heating first.
I'm glad you said that because here we have the plan of the client. I can tell you what she wants. Can you tell me if she can have it?
Yes.
Or the pros and cons?
Absolutely.
Should we start with the hallway?
Absolutely, yes.
Here we're looking at wood floors and the client's just unsure whether to just leave it in the hall or run it further around the house. Can you give us any advice on that to start with?
Looking at how this house is laid out, I would definitely recommend she doesn't just have it in the hall. I think that it would be a very natural thing for it to run straight through into the dining room. You want to think about which doors are likely to be left open a lot of the time, so you get a sense of space and flow. Taking the floors and all the way through to the dining room, you're going to get a lovely first impression as you come in. If she wants a slightly softer feel in the dining room, she could always add a rug in on top of the floors later.
I was thinking about that because, of course, when you're having a dinner party,
the acoustics are something to think about.
Moving the chairs backwards and forwards can be a bit clunky.
It can, and also if you've got hard floors and no softening effects with it, so actually upholstery absorbs a lot of sound, but somewhere like a dining room, very hard furniture, hard floors, it'll be interesting. You'll hardly be able to hear each other talk because the sound's bouncing off the ceilings and the walls and the floors. Soften that sound effect.
So a good rug.
With a rug.
Think still the look of the floor
for the look,
works for
absolutely.
you.
I think it would give you that lovely Georgian feel as well. Remember, they didn't have that much choice in what they were using for floors. They didn't have fitted carpets and things, so they were pretty much stone or wood.
Right.
And definitely you would have had a wood floor running through.
Okay. Looking at a little bit further, because here we have an archway.
So your floor needs to carry on straight through. No door. There's no stopping point for this floor. It needs to run through. And I would take it actually into this downstairs cloakroom as well.
Right.
It's a small space, so if we can take a floor from a bigger space and carry it in, I think it'll stop it feeling too tiny.
What about the study?
Totally a preference. The chances are for a study, if you are working in there for long hours, you might actually want the warmth and the softness underfoot of a carpet in there. Yes, exactly.
Exactly when I'm working, I like to have a snooze in there. What about, I did think, because obviously we don't know the client's furniture, but I'm guessing probably one of those office chairs with wheels. I was a bit worried about the wood floor maybe being a bit noisy.
They would need to think about that. I mean, there's an argument that with carpet it might wear out over time. I think all of us need to be prepared for the fact that wear and tear is a fact of life. We need to stop looking for a product that will never ever show any marks. If it never shows marks, it's probably made of Teflon and not what you want anyway.
We probably get bored of it anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So, okay, we're looking at possibly soft floor in the study.
Yes.
The wood flooring through the hall and coming through the arch and into the dining room.
Something that's perhaps worth considering is marking up your plan with your floor choices as we go along. It'll give you a good sense of where you're going.
You've got your pens again.
I have. If you just use a sort of colour code, here we're just going to use this blue. You don't need to fill in every floor. Just a rough mark around as we come. And you suddenly start getting a sense of how this house is going to feel. We'll even take it into the cloakroom. You're doing this floor from scratch. It's nice if you can open the cupboard door and the floor runs straight into it. It's a better quality of finish for not even a square metre being used. Now straight away you can see this is giving us a really good sense of how lovely and big these rooms are going to feel. Because that's all our wood floor area there. It's also very simple to then show your builder
Yes.
what floor is going where.